don't
Look at
mean
that
that
girl over there.
everything
Smile
that
that
you got.
shines so brightly. Just make your way over here
Look
if
at
you
that.
dare. Girl, I don't play no games. Bet you never find another like me.
All right, y'all, we're coming right back. We had a few technical difficulties, but we're getting everything back up together right now. So y'all rock with me for a few minutes until we get everything set up and back up running, okay? Your boy DJ Exclusive. Make sure you follow me on everything. DJ X3C on IG. James Bubba Williams on Facebook for any requests, anything that you need, all right?
You need a man who's gonna put you first. Let me be the one. Yeah. Let me be the one. Let me be the one. Let me be the one. Yeah. I really like the way you move. The way you move that body so icy. Body like a centerfold. So cold, yeah. Can't take my eyes off you. I'm loving everything that
That's right, y'all. Come on back in. Come on back in. Let's get these viewers back up. Had a few technical difficulties, but we're getting everything back in order right now, y'all.
I'll show you things you never seen before. Let's take a trip all around the world. Buy you the finest things you deserve. You need a man who's gonna put you first. Put you first, yeah. Let me be the one. 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 Be the one. Let me be the one. Yeah. Let me be the one. Let me be the one. Let me be the one.
Mr. DJ, I'm gonna give a quick update while you keep playing. You don't have to stop playing. I just want to give everybody an update. While we were resetting, they are still tallying, still counting. I'm looking at numbers in terms of percentages that are out. It looks like Atlanta itself has some strong representation that is out. So the race is far from over. We are watching it as it goes. In the meantime, as we reset on our side, we're going to let the DJ do what he does, and we'll be right back.
Yo.
And you know I don't like to wait, no.
All right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, non-gender conforming individuals. We are watching as results are coming in the Georgia special election. We appreciate everyone who's tuning in and stuck with us during that real commercial break. But we are back. And I want to bring on a brother to the conversation. Thanks so much for your patience. We lost our connection when we brought you on, John Jackson. So I want to just bring you back into the conversation and just talk about the work that you're doing as well as this special election. Have at it, brother.
Yeah. I just want to say that DeKalb County is yet to be counted. Most of the votes were only at 37%. The New York Times live forecast model puts Ossoff and Warnock at winning this race because they know DeKalb County is going to bring in 83, 84, 85% Democratic votes.
Wait. Before you keep talking, I'm sorry. We have to straighten this part out. So, John Jackson, who are you?
Yeah.
I'm the chairman of the DeKalb County Democratic Party, and
Yeah.
I am a political aide for the Reverend Warnock's campaign. And, you know, I am only going to say positive words tonight because of that.
Who did you support? Because people don't believe that there's progressives in the South. Who were you? Who was your number one person that you supported in 2018? I mean 2020.
Well, I was a Sanders supporter, and I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I'm by far the best county party chair in the country. And
that's what I'm talking about.
Ain't no arrogance there. Speak your truth, brother. Shoot.
Right. So for those of you before we continue, because I know you were at the watch party, and I might get out later on if I feel like daring COVID, but for those of you who believe that every black Democrat is a moderate neoliberal pushing nothing policies.
Yeah.
This brother right here is the chair of one of the most important right now, one of the most important counties in America. In the country. And
we're about to deliver it.
And they're about to deliver it. He's responsible for a lot of it. And he's a Democrat. He's a Democratic chair for the Democrats. So thank you for having us on. I just need to let our viewers know exactly who you were, so they won't be like, oh, here comes some neoliberal, because that's not what you are.
Well, let me say this before I throw it to John. The reason I wanted to lead that introduction to Marcus, but you know Marcus was having some technical difficulties over there. He got his microphone is as reliable as my internet, so we both were struggling over here.
I get it. I'm on a smartphone right now.
See, when we try to be fancy, that's when we get stuff like that.
I forgot what time this was.
I would throw this back to you, John, because here's the thing. Like I was doing a show before this show, and I got a chance to really talk about the fact they need to trust black folks. They need to listen to black folks, because we done saved them too many times. And it is literally coming down to some of the blackest areas in this country, let alone in the state of Georgia, to save this country again. Speak about your role in DeKalb County, as well as the impact of the black vote.
So when I was elected chair, I defeated 2 decades of entrenched a machine. And it was a changing of the guard. They said I was too divisive. But too divisive led us to an all-time record in fundraising. It led us to being a county party chair with 86 paid staffers. Some state parties don't have that many staffers. But they said I was too divisive. They said I was an angry black man. But guess what? I fired the people up. And that's why the New York Times is forecasting us to win this race tonight. And the Republican parties is shitting their pants right now.
They should. They should. I'm going to pass the mic because I have 100 questions, but I want to yield to one of the other brothers to get in there.
Darren, you got it?
No. I'm sitting there. Look, I'm sitting there with joy right now, just seeing all this black progressiveness down there. And look, the only thing I will say is this, because I told this to Ben, that I supported Bernie Sanders in 2016, and because of that, I got kicked out of my political organization in Kansas City. This time around, I was Elizabeth Warren first, Bernie Sanders second. But I just want to make sure that I put that out there. So, but I'm just so happy to hear what John has been doing down there. And it's people like this that unfortunately doesn't get the credit that they deserve, and at the end of the day miss out on quote unquote contracts that go to, let's just say, less deserving folk who are lighter hues than us. So I think that should
Darren, I just want to put on the record, I don't mind remaining in the shadows as long as you'll pay me. Like, I don't really care about the spotlight. I just need to get, what's due to me, what's due to all of our people, reparations, or just, a really big check. That's all I really care about. Spotlight is really overrated.
Because you got to eat. You got to pay your bill. Listen. And before somebody soundbite that, because we don't care. We just know. We don't care if they soundbite that, right? Kiss his ass, right? But we know they're going to do it. So let's say this. Let me tell them this. These people are out here doing this high level work that some of y'all couldn't even stomach. Some of y'all would just break down and go and lay in your bed and cry for a whole month if you had to handle the kind of pressure that John handles, leading a political party in a county that size and being the most critical juncture right now in American history, this election right now. Some of y'all would faint just at the thought of it. So, brother, you should get paid for it. and you should be arrogant about it. You know how you carry that arrogance is your prerogative.
Hey man, let me even give. Did I hear you say? Did I hear you say that you supported reparations and you are the chair of a Democratic Party down south? Wait now. I thought only the establishment.
Defunding the police too. The votes have already been casted. Defund the police. Defund the police. Defund the police. Fuck Whitey too.
Wait a minute. And you know what? Guess what? Hey, John, guess what? Can't nobody cancel you. Because can't nobody cancel us. And we ain't gonna let them cancel you. We ain't gonna let them cancel you because they ain't gonna cancel us. Speak your truth, brother.
I work at a 9 to 5 too. On top of this, I work a 9 to 5. If they want to fire me, then fuck. I'll just get viral and get a better paying job. So go ahead and fire me. I don't care.
Hey, what you doing after they fire you, man? We putting everybody on.
Hey, yeah, we go.
I'll make money somehow. I'll trap or something. I don't know.
Oh man,
y'all better be glad. Y'all better be glad this break. Listen. Let me tell y'all something. Let's keep it. If this break had been any longer. If this break had been any longer, I would have been prepared for this conversation. Man, look here, bro. Y'all, you can't get black folks together in one place. It's absolutely out of control. Say it again, Darren.
Hey, I'm gonna quote the current president. We have no choice. We have no choice.
We got it. I ain't got no more questions for this man. Marcus, you brought this man over here. What you got?
First, let me tell you something. So that's one of my best friends right there. Right, that guy right there is one of my best friends. And when I first met him, we're gonna get you back to talking about Georgia in a second. But when I first met John Jackson, he was a neoliberal, and we sat and got drunk one night and at a cigar bar, and I just said, "Listen, this is why Bernie Sanders is better than Hillary Clinton." And he sat down and listened, and he was like, "Holy shit, you're right." And from that moment on, he's been a fucking super progressive that's been working his ass off in the Georgia Democratic Party. So I like to take some of the credit, not all of it, because he's an animal now. But I like to take some of the credit for bringing John on like into our space. And I think he's by far past me. He's an advocate for brothers. He's an advocate for black people. And we're just happy to have you on, man. I didn't realize you were going to bring all that prophetic fire today, bro. But
this is how I see it, y'all. Y'all can cancel my political career tonight. I don't care. But so many people out there are trying to fit an image of what they think people are supposed to be, and they're not living their truth, and they're unhappy. And I just don't want to live that life anymore, you know. So I support black people being their authentic self.
That's it.
And if we can't be our authentic self in politics, where can we be our authentic self? There's nowhere else. Well, and so we have to be able to be our authentic self here.
I'm not saying this to correct you, because the sentiment of what you're saying is 1,000% accurate. And I honestly appreciate you saying that, because I think all of us are finally at that place at the same time. See, we are all in one place on one accord. I'm about to go to church on y'all, because that's the only other place we can go and be ourselves, right? You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I try to be myself in politics, and I almost got myself killed because I'm crazy. But I said, you know what place I can go back and be as crazy as I really want to be? The black church. Now, that said, black folks in general, I don't care if you're from the black church, black politics, I don't care if you black LGBTQIA, non-gender conforming, I don't care what kind of black you are, we've had it. We ain't playing around with y'all no more. We don't need your money, because we can make our own. And when we free black people, free black women, free black non-gender conforming individuals, oh, y'all done fucked up now. Y'all should have never gave us money.
What about really problematic black guys like me? I'm just playing.
No. Hey, we're going to process. Hey, we're going to still love you. We're going to process through all that. We're going to, lead you to the light.
Man, you're not that bad. Hey, John Jackson, let's talk about DeKalb County, Chairman Jackson. Again, being the chair of the DeKalb County, I'm going to just start saying chair of the DeKalb County Democratic Party, one of the most important counties in the country. What's going on right now? I know you've been with us for a couple of minutes, but what have you gotten from your people, and what do you think is happening right now?
This is what it is, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I made waves in the AJC. our main paper down here. When I told the elections chair to resign and the vote, you know, I want to give a shout out to the elections workers because I'm a pro worker guy. They are doing a awesome job. But let's just say this: in the likely event that I'm reelected chair, I'm going to be pushing for a new elections chair. I get 2 appointees. I'm reappointing the Democrats. They're doing really good. But we have a Democrat serving as the independent there who acts like a Republican and who closes precincts in black neighborhoods. Brad didn't do that. He did it. Someone with our same skin color did it. And so I want to bring attention to that after we win this fight ain't over. I'm coming for you. You are done serving on that board of elections, suppressing black votes and then being cozy with black elected officials who claim they're pro us, but then defend the bullshit you do.
John, let me ask you a question about because you said, God dog it wasn't just Brad. What's Brad's last name? The Secretary of State.
Raffensperger.
Yeah, because I keep messing them up with Ben. But no, I do. But so to that end,
well, Ben's a therapist, and Brad's not. At least not that we know of.
The fact that was done. I was trying to go right past it. You stayed in it. Let me say it like this. Let me see if I can posit it this way. And obviously, not all skin folks are kin folks, but there are systematic problems that when black folks get in, sometimes they don't challenge it, they replicate it. Right. And we got black folks who know it's a problem, but they participate in the oppression of other people because they don't want to mess up the system. They don't want to rock the system, or they're just straight out benefiting from the system. Talk about that in terms of your perspective in this race and everything that you just kind of described. Expound on that for me.
Well, I live in DeKalb County, where systemic racism absolutely exists, and black folks have been in charge for over 2 decades. And these are black folks who I am their county party chair. If you are the winner of the most recent Democratic Party primary, you are a member of our party, and I am your chair. And if you live in DeKalb County, so I'm in a precarious position where I have to hold people accountable for systemic racism, but make sure they get electoral victories. Well, that's an interesting position. Like, I have to go Democrats, but be like, yeah, what you're doing in the jail is fucked up. You need to stop that for somebody primary your ass. So, I have to have a balance. And, luckily we got a new sheriff, and I'm putting her on a probation period and seeing what she do. So I ain't all over her yet, but the sheriff before her was trash and all about police brutality. And he was black, and a lot of NAACP people defended him, and because he was part of the crew, and we got to stop that shit. If a black person's committing fuck shit with black people, we got to hold them accountable just as much as Billy Bob committing fuck shit with black people.
That's it. I want to give and still everyone in the audience, we're reporting it based on the Associated Press, just because we're gonna cover our asses here. Like, we're not gonna make anything. We're gonna go with the Associated Press until we got our own data center. Right now, we still have Kelly Loeffler and Raphael Warnock. Raphael Warnock is at 49.1%. Kelly Loeffler is at 50.9%, and that's with 86% reporting. And we also have Ossoff, who is still slightly behind. But again, we do know the counties that are outstanding. DeKalb County. We also have some of Atlanta still outstanding. So there's some pretty good counties out there that still remain.
Gwinnett hasn't been called yet. Yeah, Gwinnett hasn't been called yet either. So,
they're saying that DeKalb County is coming in momentarily.
All right.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because they're talking about there's supposed to be a significant amount of votes coming in, and it didn't say where. Of course, so again, I'm watching MSNBC versus. Just because I can watch it on the computer.
I'm unbothered because a lot of votes are coming in DeKalb. I'm unbothered.
That's it.
My dog is so unbothered. He's sitting in the car talking to us instead of looking at the party, looking at the television.
Right.
Come on.
That's real unbothered.
First off, Trap Squad, y'all are sitting around. Y'all think we a joke? We'll bring the best people on this show just for you.
No,
I brought this guy on because I love you more than all of them.
No, let me tell you how this happened though. Like, let's be real. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. I had a platform. But I didn't have the relationships that Marcus got. Let's be real, John. This is your first time. I think this is us first time talking, right? These are long-standing relationships that Marcus has, and we just getting some synergy. That's all. We just have a symbiotic relationship. We got dope people coming on, and I'm telling y'all keep watching this. Keep watching this. Before the next election cycle, we're gonna have presidents on this show because they ain't gonna have no choice. They want to talk to us. They're gonna have to come through this channel. That's just what I'm saying. Anyway, John, listen, everybody in the chat room wants to know. Go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, John, Lorenzo Hill White wants to know from Facebook. He wants to know, and thanks for watching our show, bro. Thank you for being patient with us. But Lorenzo wants to know, John, can you explain to us why you are so unbothered?
Because I know who's coming in. I know the people that are outstanding votes are black votes. They count our votes slower because we're in more urban, dense areas. This is exactly how November 3rd was. We've got a lot of votes coming. The New York Times forecast model still puts Warnock and Ossoff at a win. The GOP is worried because they know the same thing we do. You just got to know which votes are outstanding. The majority of the GOP's votes are already counted, and we still got a lot of votes coming in, and they lopsided. I'm talking DeKalb County is 83% Democratic. So I'm not worried. I am not worried.
And for the folks who don't know what DeKalb County is, so because we're talking counties, but people know cities. What cities are in DeKalb County? So folks know.
Atlanta's own city. So the very eastern tip of the city of Atlanta, a part of a place that's blacker than the city of Atlanta called South DeKalb. You've got a recently Democratic area called North DeKalb, aka North Atlanta. And it is a county that is 70% non-white.
That way.
70% non-white, and the white population is Democratic leaning. So it is more Democratic than Los Angeles County, than Chicago. It is one of the most Democratic counties in the nation. It's like a San Francisco in the damn South. So when we say DeKalb is coming, we mean DeKalb is coming, and they are going to boop.
Hey, they don't
slap it down.
Yeah, I want to take privilege to say that also I was a part of a conversation with two people, John Jackson and Stephen Slugaki, the chair of. They were just chatting with each other about. And Stephen Slugaki is the chair of the Democratic Party for Maricopa County in Arizona, and these two brothers talked right before the election. And the next day, both of their counties ended up forcing the state to turn super blue. So it's really dope to have connectors like that right there, and we are all communicating with each other, whether we're progressive or moderate. We're all communicating with each other to at least get the wins. Now, the only thing is, John, how are you going to help once we win these races? Knock on wood. Once we win these races, how are you going to help hold these folks accountable? Are we going to put the same kind of energy that we're putting into turning black voters out into holding these people accountable? And can you do that from the position of the chair of the DeKalb Democratic County?
Well, this is the beauty of me.
You're right.
I don't have next steps. What's next, John? Not shit's next. So I can just do what I want. I don't do my politics that way. I am trying to get Avondale Estates, a city in DeKalb County, to fire their police chief, a police chief who murdered a black man, a police chief who Democrats who run the town won't fire. That's my own party. I am going to keep pressure on our Democratic sheriff who about the conditions of the jail. I'm going to keep pressure on Warnock and Ossoff to vote and present legislation that's going to protect us from this fucked up treasonous state legislator we have. And I think that at the federal level, when we get these wins, we have to account for the fact that Democrats didn't do very well down ballot. And we're going to need the federal government to come in and protect marginalized people and protect the vote. And, fuck it, pass Medicare for all. There's no reason that this should be portrayed as radical. Boris Johnson, the fucking conservative Trump-looking prime minister of UK, supports universal health care. Are you to the right of Boris Johnson? That's pretty pathetic. And so anyone who understands politics would understand what that means. And so it's not radical. providing health care for people is not radical. We got to stop acting like that. That's just decency. We got to stop acting like being decent is radical.
Again, I want to point out that right now, as I look on the screen, MSNBC is talking about DeKalb County, and they're talking to some random white man, while Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap has the chair of the Democratic Party of DeKalb County. They are literally talking about DeKalb County, right? Hey, Trap Squad,
y'all go on MSNBC know.
Yeah. Hey, Trap Squad, y'all need to go right now and tell the world that John
Ecamm, ECAMM, we're live. I just want y'all to know I like your software, but I'm gonna have to change y'all software because I'm gonna tell you, like, these crashes, they just don't make no sense. Ecamm, ECAMM, great software, but you're killing me with your updates. Okay, I just had to get that out. We still waiting for. And crack, do me a favor, Darren, before you finish speaking, cut your volume up a little bit for me.
Okay, not a problem. Is that better?
Yeah. All right. Again, we're gonna bring. We got the DJ back. Okay, and then Darren, go ahead, and then we'll bring John back when he gets here.
No, I was just saying. Look, I was gonna do the Ecamm like you suggested, but again, Restream.
All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. You can't. I'm like.
Yeah, it's that. Hey, thanks for coming back, John. I'm gonna get you back in here. We were just complaining about the software that's crashing. It ain't the internet. It ain't the computers. Ecamm, ECAMM. We love your software, but get your shit together. Go ahead, John. We want to bring you back in here. Well, you were making a point before everything crashed.
I'm like bed bugs. You got to burn the whole mattress to get rid of me. You know.
Hey, I do want to say, I got two things I want to throw your way. Number one, shout out to TYT rating us. We just got an influx. We got like 700 extra people who just jumped into our stream because of the Young Turks. So shout out to everyone on Twitch and YouTube who came over from TYT to support us. Second thing is, John, you've been talking some really radical stuff here, right? And one of the things you said is you're trying to get rid of the police captain or sheriff, I forget, that is responsible for the chief.
Hey,
thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Police chief in Avondale Estates, Georgia. I can't remember your name because I'm a little tipsy. You need to resign. You need to resign because you murdered a black man, and the Democrats who run your city don't seem to want to fire you. I'm ashamed to call you Democrats.
Call it
and I think it's represented by Rep. Carla Jenner. I don't think she said anything about it.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Once again, you are on with Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, and we right now have the chair of the DeKalb County Democrats, the most important county in the world right now for the Senate election. The chair of the DeKalb County Democrats with us, John Jackson. John Jackson, thank you for coming on again. I'm gonna keep shouting you out and tell people who you are, because right now this is a pivotal moment. Instead of going to MSNBC, instead of going to CNN, you took your black ass over here with your niggas, and I love it, man.
Hey guys, I might be canceled after tonight, so someone can bail me out of cancel prison tomorrow.
Hey,
please,
let me tell you. Hey, just send us a tweet and send us a text, and we got you. And then if they get too froggy, we liberate black people around here. We a bunch of free black people. We gonna get a whole bunch more black people free. So just holler at us, and we got you. John, you get the last word, man. Tell everybody the last thing you want to hear, and by all means, you feel free to hang out with us all night. But we know that you're at a party.
Be patient. There's a lot of ballots still to come in. The Democratic ballots are the last to be counted because it's in the large urban counties, and we're still learning how to deal with large turnout in urban counties. It's never really happened in Georgia before because they used to, Democrats used to cater their campaign to redneck hicks and try to get their vote. But now they're trying to turn out people in the cities. And now we might actually, we might actually win because of that, because we're not ignoring black people. I've been in this politics for a while. It was painful when we got destroyed in the midterms of 2014 and nobody was talking to black people and everybody was kissing the ass of racist white people saying, please vote for me. Please vote for me. I don't care about black people, but I kind of need your vote. So go ahead and still vote for me. And that shit is over. The days where you bend over backwards for racist white people and then expect black people to come out and get the win for you, that is over. And if you didn't do it enough during the campaign, we're going to hold you accountable while you're in office, because justice belongs to the people.
That's it. John, hey, listen, thanks so much for joining us. How should everybody get up with you if you want them to get up with you?
Well, you can reach me on Twitter at LitmanJJ. You can get in my DMs there. You can add me on Facebook. It's John Jackson. I'll delete high school friends if you want to add me on Facebook, because I just really don't talk to them anymore. They're kind of losers. You can get at me on Instagram. I don't know how I followed that big booty girl on Instagram. That was an accident.
Oh Lord!
And that was a complete accident. And, my wife can kill me.
You black bro? I'm gonna take this man off.
Get your ass back inside, John Jackson.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Anyway.
We can only cover you so far. Some shit we can't uncancel you from. You and your wife. That's you on your own with that.
Yeah, he's a married man. So listen, John Jackson, man, will you come back, rock with Clickbaity again? Thank you. Will you do that for us, bro?
I'm coming back, and I'm probably gonna get canceled before this, so y'all gotta bail me out.
All right, brother. We can bail you out with everybody except your wife. So good luck with that. And you have a good evening. Thanks a lot, man.
And good job as well. Good job.
Hey, Mr. DJ, we gonna go into part 2. Get us a little music while we get, unless you got some updates already, Marcus.
Yeah, we got an update, man. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in on this prediction train. I think we got both seats. Hearing what John Jackson just said about DeKalb County, and I just know the population of DeKalb is a very, very big county with a lot of people in it. Right. And if they haven't completely reported DeKalb County yet, and it's close, and if Fulton been called, if Fulton hasn't been called and DeKalb County hasn't been called,
they in trouble.
This is that's where the black folks are, right? So, America, hey, America, we love you, even though y'all don't do much for us. One more time for the road. Even though y'all don't do a lot for black people. Once again, over and over again, I'm live from Atlanta, Georgia. These are my neighbors and my homies.
Hey, bro.
Once again, black people are saving your ass.
How black is Fulton County?
Bruh, Fulton County they play trap music in jewelry stores black.
Oh, everybody got to get one. Now, Darren, I know you're not from Fulton County, but I know you know black. So whatever's going on in your county is going to be the same thing. So you can get in on this. So Marcus said Fulton County is so black that they play trap music in the jewelry store. DJ Exclusive, how black is Fulton DeKalb in Atlanta region?
Man, how black? Let's say if we'd have put a number on it, then let's say the majority of the black population resides in Fulton, DeKalb, and Clayton County.
And who gonna come? Let me tell you how black Fulton County is. Let me tell you, I came down from Boston. I moved down from Boston. I think I went to church 3 times in 6 years in Boston. I came down here and I heard gospel music being used to sell tax services. That's how black Atlanta is.
Hold
they
on,
use
I got one
gospel
more.
music to sell tax services. Okay, y'all in trouble.
I got one more. Fulton County is so black that black people gentrify other black people.
I don't know if I could top that one.
That's how black it is.
Yo, boy.
It's the only county in America that black people will gentrify other black people.
Other black people.
You know what I mean? Come in. Who put that Whole Foods up? Tyrone with his ignorant ass.
That's black.
He said he wanted to eat healthy.
Darren, that's what you get to go, man. How if Atlanta is like the blackest county in Kansas City, how black is Atlanta?
Atlanta's so black that niggas will tailgate at the election post. That's just how serious that is. No, you joking. That actually happened. I'm dead ass.
Yeah,
serious.
we
I'm
tailgate.
That's what we do.
We tailgate at elections. Hot damn. Boy, you know what I love? You know what I love most about being black? Is that we ain't never had to be in the same we ain't never had to be in the same space ever. And we all got some of the same stories, bro. We got a common language, a common experience. It's just a beautiful thing, man. Before we do some music, I don't want to move too quick. Anybody got some updates? Anybody got some news? Because y'all know me. If you leave it to me, we just twerk the whole night. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's my thing. I think, even though I've been on MSNBC, I think that Mondale was right, that they're just stretching this shit out now. Like,
yeah.
and here's the thing. My only thing is the only update I got is if black people ask for anything out of a Democratic Senate, Democratic House,
no.
and a presidency, that we don't talk about this much, but each one of these things have been affected by the black vote,
folks. Period.
Right? If we win all three of these things, whether you like neoliberal, progressive, or conservative, Democrat, Republican, if we win and black folks ask for something, shut the fuck up.
Hey, let me say it like this.
Okay.
Let me say it like this.
It's cool. Like y'all all should be asking for reparations right now. Like let's push for Medicare for all in a reparations package.
I want to see all y'all white progressives out there stomping for reparations because we done saved America's ass one more again. Darren, you about to say something?
Yeah, no. Well, one of the things that Mark was talking about. Just look, gosh, I love my guy. I know somebody mentioned earlier about Fulton County. I think it's like 99% in, and so I know Warnock is at 73.7, which is trending ahead of Biden, even though the vote count is lower. But it's 99%, and he's leading 73-26 in that area right there. But the things that Marcus was talking about, Democrats need to be careful because, like Marcus said, black folk saved the country, not only the state of Georgia, not only Biden, and perhaps even the Senate tonight. But see, because obviously it's going to be 50-50 in the Senate, and the Democrats hold a slim margin in the House.
Right.
Look, Democrats better play their cards right, and they better be careful and not piss black people off because you're gonna need us in the midterms.
We got 2,000 people watching this, and before I throw it to the DJ, because my knee-jerk reaction is gonna always be for him to drop some go-go music or some Megan Thee Stallion. So if I move too fast, I give everybody else on the panel permission to say, "Hold on, Ben," because we just be dancing the whole time.
Can we just buy WAP? Can we just buy the permission for WAP? That's it. Buy
the permission. Because I'm about to say, because we can't
WAP.
buy WAP, but we can get some license.
No, hell no. Who the fuck can afford WAP?
Hey, let me
in real life and the song.
Let me just say this. Shout out to my boss at the radio station because he's actually watching. He texts me talking about trap music in the jewelry store, so I know he's watching. So
that's how black Atlanta
is.
That's how black Atlanta is, and y'all are welcome. Y'all are welcome. Y'all have been beneficiaries of our blackness this long, and we ain't taking this shit no more. Y'all gonna give us what we need. I had something prolific to say, but I can't even remember it. Marcus, it looked like you about to get in there.
Yeah, we're not done with election night coverage. I want to bring in my favorite DJ, man, the gay Captain America, DJ exclusive. Let's bring my dog in. Let's bring my dog in. Listen, we are black. We love it, man. Bring us in. We'll be back in 5. We'll be back in 5.
We're gonna take a real 5 minutes. I'm gonna take a real. Let me get us off the screen before we get in trouble. Play some music, bro.
Hey, I'm not fooling with y'all tonight, man. Shout out to y'all. Listen, man.
Yo, wow.
Throw it back, depending on whatever you want. If I give you my handle, then you can handle this handle. And you can call me the Pope with no Olivia scandal.
Shout out to everybody that's just coming in. Thank y'all for joining Clickbait Political Thirst Trap this evening while we cover this special session with the election here in Georgia. We trying to turn this mother sucker blue tonight. Ain't no trying. It's gonna be blue by the end of the night.
Did you hear me the first time is what he said? I said no, baby, let's go back to bed. I'm a fantasy, so hold on to me. And all my fans wanna see all this busy. You a lucky man, so you need to count your blessings. I'ma take the beat out of it, so take these lessons. I can tell that you like it from your expressions. I'm always clean, no need depression. Turn the music up, it's about to get loud. Get loud. Brought the creek to the bed, and I love this sound.
Shout out to everybody that's rocking with me in the comments. I love y'all, man. I see y'all. And if you feel so inclined to, that is my Cash App on the screen. Also the same thing at Venmo. And if you want to do PayPal as well, DJ Exclusive at PayPal. DJ Exclusive at gmail.com for my PayPal. Let's get it, y'all. Make sure that y'all are smashing that like button as well, too.
one shot. Get hot, take, it's what you is or what you not. You get what you give now, give what you got. One shot, get hot, take, it's what you is or what you not. You get what you give now, give what you got. One shot, get hot, take, it's what you is or what you not. You get what you give now, give what you got. Be the people's rebel as I dismantle the populace. Got the D like an octopus, so perilous. Chance for I'm a terrorist with the method that pays me. I'm crazy, I'm Patrick Swayze, man. I dance 30, 40, spice, 40, my jersey.
Telling me I'm crazy, trying to prove me wrong in every fight, knowing that I'm right. Why you trying to wreck me? Always wanna check me, wanna call me out in front of friends. Careful where you tread before this ends. You love me and I love you, but butting heads is what we do. Bull-headed, stubborn, wild, crazy.
Shout out to everybody enjoying this royalty-free, non-copyrighted music.
Let them know.
Some of they ain't never heard.
Hey, man. Hey, I got a theory. You want to hear it?
What's up, man?
I got a theory. We gonna make some people famous, bro. Cause as our numbers get up higher,
let's go.
You know what I'ma do? Come on, man.
Dude, like some of the stuff that I pulled up last night, I'm just like, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some of it is fire.
We gonna make some people famous this
We're going to
year.
make some people famous. But see, we got to make sure they can handle the fame though, right? Because I'm going to be honest with you.
Right.
I went from zero, like no influence to a whole lot of influence during this pandemic. You caught me at the beginning of the pandemic. I ain't had much influence anywhere. And that it could go to your head. It can mess you up. So we're not just gonna put anybody on.
We don't need nothing else going to your head, boy.
We gotta make Marcus.
I'm dead.
That was a good one.
Looking like a black Krillin about to power up.
I got nothing.
You let
Dang, you went there.
Hey, I tell you what. Let this THC fully kick in, and I promise you I have something. But as we speak right now, I got nothing. Anyway, good shit. You almost threw over
Ben,
here.
I gotta apologize to you too, Ben.
What's up?
Because I know the first time you had me on, you told me don't come dressed like this again, and so I.
Hey, you stepped it up even. You went up even higher. I said like last time you ain't even had on the tie, and he came back. I said don't come back on my show that fly again. So he came back on with a tie. That's how niggas are doing.
Well, that part is true, but also look, this is clickbaity political thirst trap now. So this is the creme de la creme. So I can't just show up in a
any old kind of way.
I'm not gonna front. I was gonna wear a whole suit, but I couldn't find a clean white shirt.
Hey, brother.
Well,
so
wait, no. Hang on. Is it clean
in my
here?
defense?
Is it clean what they can see, Marcus? Oh, get tuned out, Marcus. I'm trying to say, if you got a white shirt and it's clear, it is clear. Like if it's dirty back there, they ain't gonna see it.
Nah, dog.
The secrets of poor people.
No, it looked like I ran a mud marathon, dude.
What the hell you were doing?
Playing with Wody.
Oh well, there you go.
And I will say, Ben, in my defense, I do have a suit. I do have a suit tailored, so I got a suit sponsor. So I rock these every week.
Hey,
for
you know
NFL
what?
Game day.
What the hell? Why not? Talk to your mans about all of us. Why wouldn't he just be the official sponsor of Suits for Everybody? Like, if we're going to make people famous, let's make him famous and keep us looking fresh.
Bro, he be looking so sharp, man. Speaking of, like, even the major networks are starting to report like a closing in and a tightening of this race, right? Mm-hmm. I'm feeling some kind of way being a mile away from the Warnock headquarters. A quarter of a mile away from the Warnock headquarters here right now in Atlanta, Georgia, feeling really positive because the amount of work that went in. Like we're reporting live. I mean, Darren and Exclusive, they're not in Atlanta, but me and Benjamin are, and so is Mondale, who got off because
Exclusive is in Atlanta.
Exclusive, that's right. Exclusive is in Atlanta. Yeah. So three of us are in Atlanta, Georgia right now, right? And the importance of this is y'all got to know that the amount of work that went into us even making it close. Me personally, like if you don't know who Mondale Robinson is and Black Male Voter Project, you need to just go check them out for our new folks, and for everybody else who's been watching us, you already know. Some of y'all don't even realize that we've been putting in work registering voters for years. I have personally, and you got to think about this. During the Stacey Abrams campaign in 2018, you got to understand that all the Republicans in the state were disenfranchising us left and right, disenfranchising black Democratic voters in the state of Georgia. And that means, listen, they kicked off over 600,000 people off the rolls in 2015. 600,000. So that means that we had to go back and re-register 400,000 people in 2018 for Stacey Abrams, and then another 400,000 people after 2018. So, and that work wasn't done by the DNC. And let me tell y'all the truth, folks. The DNC really, the infrastructure investment that the DNC put into Iowa, put into other states, New Hampshire, the infrastructure they put in there, they weren't doing that in Georgia. They looked at it like a lot of people look at black voters. Well, they're not going to come out and vote anyway. Y'all ain't giving us shit to vote for. So guess what? Organizations on the ground had to go off and register people to vote. And even Outkast, Andre 3000 had a lyric. He said, they're telling us to get out and vote, huh? Why? Ain't nobody black running but crack, so why I got to register? That was a lyric that came from Andre 3000 on their first album, right? That's the ethos of Georgia. That was the ethos, and we've changed that ethos. Shout out to Brother 3000. But that's the ethos that has changed for us to even get to as close to as we are right now.
That's it.
So, and that means black folks had to put their beef with people not doing anything for them behind them.
And don't forget, God dog, not just 2018. What year was that Doug Jones race when black women showed up in Alabama and saved them? Like, black folks been saving y'all.
2018.
It was right at the same time, right? Man, black folks been saving y'all so long, it don't make no damn sense. So the things are changing. Hey, James, I just want to let you know, we can see your computer in the reflection. I see your turntables, but I'm going to leave my brother out there hanging like that and not let you know that reflection is there. We look out for each other. But that said,
I appreciate it.
Go ahead,
That's
Marcus.
actually the big TV
that's
in
it?
front of me.
Oh,
reflected
yeah.
off of it's
Right,
just
yeah, because I don't need people seeing what's on my TV screen. Not all the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's channel 2. That's it.
Anyway, man, so there's I think I saw somewhere 80 to 89% chance being reported by New York Times that Democrats are going to control the Senate. But again, the night is not over, and I don't project that we're going to be able to. What time do you think they're going to call it? That's the question.
Well, I mean, the Republicans are going to say we cheated no matter what. So
Yeah.
unless they win, right? If they win by one vote, right? Both races.
Oh, that's it.
Then democracy. Then the people have spoken. But if a black man wins a statewide in Georgia. Oh man, let me tell you something. They're gonna say we had it rigged like that NBA referee who gave all them fouls to for the Lakers against the Kings back in the day. I just gave a sports shout out.
Right.
Hey, but Marcus, Ben, I do want to ask you all this because it was brought up on TYT with Ben earlier. Do you foresee a situation? Obviously, we know what the Republicans are going to do tomorrow, 1:00 you all's time, 12 my time, as it relates to the certification of the Electoral College. But do you foresee a scenario where they try to not seat both Ossoff and Warnock? If they do win tonight, or for some reason, the race is called in the morning, do you see Mitch McConnell trying to seat these two right away, or do you foresee where they will hold off on as long as they can?
It's going to follow the same exact model that Marcus laid out. If they win, yeah. If they don't, Nah, he ain't seating nobody tomorrow.
I just want to put some historical context into how the Republicans act about black people voting. Recent, right? If we look way back in the year 2000, right? Think about it. Where was their controversy? Where did the Republicans say we were cheating at? Jacksonville, Florida, a city, and they were actually calling out precincts in the state of Florida when Bush won the first time, right? And they took it to the Supreme Court, where black voters in Northside Jacksonville, their ballots basically were cast into the St. Johns River. We can pull it back to Stacey Abrams. The irony of all of this is, I didn't hear not now Republican, not now person in the planet saying that democracy wasn't handled in 2018. Just 2 years ago, when they purged voters that were legally registered to vote, they purged them, lots of them, not just some of them, lots of them, with 95% of those voters being from black and brown neighborhoods in the state of Georgia. Stacey could have won the first time.
Yeah.
So, guys, y'all got to understand something. We are really outperforming Republicans down here in the state of Georgia. This is a Democratic state with the power strings of conservatives still attached hardcore. We're still dealing with antebellum policies here in the state of Georgia. We're still dealing with the racism that y'all thought was over with when Martin Luther King said, "I had a dream."
Can I interrupt for a second? And it's only because I'm seeing something happen that I don't know I've seen in my lifetime. There are white men, conservative men, Proud Boys, Make America Great Again, fighting the police in DC right now. Now,
what channel is this on?
it's on Twitter.
Exactly.
I'm gonna download this video and share it with the audience. The reason I cut it off, because if you really play this out, when the last time you seen those two factions fight against each other? They usually fighting against us.
Well, that's because the mayor of DC is always black, and that mayor, Muriel, decided, okay, you know what, I'm tired of all the black people saying that I'm not doing the same thing against them. And she had a long, hard conversation with the police chief and was like, look, bruh,
you gonna bust some of these white folks' head tonight. I bet you will.
Yeah. Y'all gonna bust some heads and treat them the same way that y'all treated Black Lives Matter people who weren't really trying to even fight anybody. Right?
Hey,
so I mean, listen,
I got the footage. Y'all want to see this real quick?
Yeah, pull up the footage.
Because I want you to ask yourself, if black folk did this, we be dead.
This is American policy. Fucking American policy.
I need somebody to get me the meme immediately from what's the movie with the dragon, not the big monster, Goliath, but whatever movie that was, where he looks at them fighting and he says, "Let them fight." Y'all let them two groups of monsters right there fight each other until nothing is left but their clothes. It'll be like the rapture here. Let them beat each other down and let them fight. Go ahead, Marcus.
Yo, I bet you somebody was on meth, and I'm not. And I'm not even certain if it was the Proud Boys.
Man,
I bet you somebody in that fight said did some straight crank, and it was like, you know what? I'm about to punch a cop in the face.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something.
Let me say this, Ben.
Go ahead, Derek.
When I see that video, I can't remember who said it, but it might have been Chris Rock, where he talked about living in the neighborhood, with doctors, whatever, and said that, even then they wouldn't want to trade places with him. Oh, to be. I remember last year, first weekend in June, right after the George Floyd was murdered. We were protesting here in Kansas City, and I was involved in the protest. I actually live streamed it while it all was going on, and somebody threw a bottle at the police. Next thing I know, they maced us. They hit us with the pepper spray. I mean, they hit us with every. And I'm sitting thinking, like, they were actually swinging and hitting on cops. If we did that, I probably wouldn't be sitting there right now. And so just to be fortunate enough for them to be white, because that's the only thing that gets them a pass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you know, here,
Ben, if you would have pulled up an old video versus of what was going on during this pandemic with everything,
Come
it's
on,
a
man.
much different scene.
Yeah.
It looks a hell of a lot different. That kind of pissed me off a little bit when you showed that, because I'm just like, that whole process looked way different a few months
because
ago.
they not hitting them for real. Like that's what you call pulling punches. Let's just be real. If a black person stepped up to a single white cop like this with a fist, with the intention of hitting, we dying. And here all these white boys out here sparking. I'm gonna play the clip again. I'm not gonna get too mad about it because I just want to let them fight. Let's just play it again. Here we go.
This is American blood. Fucking American blood.
So I'm just saying.
They pepper sprayed me, Bob. They pepper sprayed me.
Hold on now, Ben. I don't know if you all noticed, but I was watching very intently. It was white cops on the front line. The brothers were not up there because if the brother cops would have been up there. Yeah,
it would have been a little different.
See,
listen.
So shout out to what you just put out there.
I do generally say fuck the police, and that means all of them, black, white. It doesn't matter. But I do know black men police who would have loved for one of y'all white folks to mess around and find out. And in that moment, I would have solidarity with one pig, not all of them, just one, the black pig, one. And just temporarily, fuck the police.
Yeah. Look at Rufus out there beating people up.
Get him, Leroy.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
That's my dog.
Look at Rufus out there beating people up. Listen what I'm saying to you though.
Tyrone.
I gotta go back to something, man. And I'm not trying to make it too serious, but I gotta say, man, Jacob Blake today, right today, Jacob Blake caught 7 in the bank. And nobody's getting charged with that. And I mean, and I'm gonna let you guys, like y'all, man, we can let the guys sort it out, right? But when we know that just one incident of police actually doing something about white violence in a city that's mostly still black, right? It's just one tiny, small margin of what needs to happen in America right now. I'm gonna go back to something with our new viewers, right? Like, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do this again because what we're seeing with Jacob Blake and I'm gonna turn back to Georgia, right? Because y'all gotta understand why Georgia really did turn out the way it did. What happened with Jacob Blake? What happened with George Floyd? Travesties of injustice, and even if the cops go to jail, it's still dead and paralyzed black people. I look at Medicare differently. I want Medicare for all. But I think that the only way that we're going to actually be able to actually pass Medicare for all, reparations, defunding the police, if we band together. And we got to solve the first sin of America, which is racism, institutionalized racism, and the after effects of enslavement of black people and the stolen property of indigenous people in America.
Exactly.
Until we do that. And y'all gotta understand. Hear me out. Georgia, see, people like the MSNBC, and I'm not gonna say MSNBC, but punditry, the mainstream media will try to make this a thing about the Democratic Party doing all the work, and that's why Georgia's even getting close to having a victory, or and they mention organizations, but one of the main factors is that young black people from the age of 24 to 18 are showing up at the highest rates that they have since Obama, if not surpassing Obama in the state of Georgia. And do you know why? The reason why is because they're still pissed off about George Floyd. Young black people have hit the streets. And it's funny, we hit the streets during the pandemic, and it became the biggest protest in American history. Y'all think that happened because the Democratic Party went out there and talked to black people?
Come on, bro.
That didn't happen because of that. This happened. There's a reason why a white consultant said, well, let me go ahead and put 2 and 2 together and make a commercial about justice and black people and say Ossoff. Of course he did. That commercial played, and it would have never played in any other election cycle unless they already knew the numbers. So there's a lot of smart people that run these commercials and run these ads and do these ads. Right. And the reason why they did particular ads is because they're looking at demographics. Georgia is the first time that the Democratic Party had to make a reckoning with itself. How the fuck do we talk to black people? Because they don't know. They haven't known. This is not something that they do on a regular basis. They like black representations. Progressives like that too. Let's not get it wrong. Yeah, like leftists. Matter of fact, all of politics. Republicans, moderates, progressives. They like black faces, not black policies. Because at the end of the day, there's not many white folks that know how to talk to black people, and especially black voters who don't give a damn about Medicare for all because their cousin just got shot and killed by a police officer. Right. Like myself. Even though I do want Medicare for all. But what happens when you have Medicare for all and then you don't have adequate, and then you have ambulance drivers that are afraid to drive into the neighborhood to pick somebody up so they can get that Medicare for all? What happens when you have
that aren't even located
right.
In your
So it can't just be a one-sided thing. We can't go forcing the vote and charging into D.C. with, Nancy Pelosi with black and brown people. By the way, y'all, the force to vote thing was about black and brown, asking black and brown people to go and lose their complete political integrity. You know what? If y'all gonna do that, if that's the way you're gonna do it, then add reparations to it. Add defunding the police to it. Create a coalition that you motherfuckers never had. And that's what we force a vote on. If not, you ain't got no strategy. Y'all are just going up against a CBC that's looking at you like, that sounds like some Bernie shit.
I wish you would. That's what they saying. They saying we wish y'all would, because y'all ain't listening to black folks. Marcus, you said so much in that, bro. I don't even know where to start, but I'm gonna try to start.
Man, I'm sitting there thinking like, man, and he gave that away for free.
I have to.
I know, because that's the only way it's going to get out there.
Right.
But you know what though? But the only problem with that is that that's something that's going to need 50. Something's going to need 50 votes in the Senate. And what's going to happen is, because you got people like the guy in West Virginia, they're not gonna allow that whole 60 vote threshold to be a thing of the past, and that's what's that's going to be their excuse for them to never bring that shit up in the Senate, and that's a problem within itself.
So I was gonna say, I'm gonna say this. I don't know. So I'm learning to keep good people around me as much as I possibly can. You guys are those good people, and a couple more. Because y'all know I ain't got them all. My kids sneaking around in the background. They good people. They help me out too. I got two different solutions for people, these police killing us. I got two different solutions. America won't help us. We're going to help ourselves. Number one, I'm going to buy a whole ass block of buildings. And every time y'all kill a black person, I'm going to let folks burn that shit to the ground. And we just going to sit back and watch that thing burn. And we're going to build it back up. And yeah, it's a waste of my money, but it'll be a waste of my money. The second other thing we're going to do is just like John said. He said they're going to get rid of that police chief that killed that black man. What we're going to do is we're going to come in your city and we're going to take over your whole city. Now, we can't do it yet because we ain't got everything in place. But it's just a theory. It's just a thought. Somebody can do it, even if we can't do it. We going to show y'all that y'all going to stop killing us because y'all are too dependent on us for everything this country has that's good.
You know what bothers me? You know what scares me? If a member of the Squirrel Gang, hashtag Trap Squad, gets killed by a cop, if a black member does, because I'm going to feel like I didn't do enough. And I'm doing everything that I can right now. No, because y'all got to understand me. My cousin died. He's right behind me. Again, I always point him out over there in the corner. Jonathan Farrell died. And Medicare for All didn't save him.
Nah.
Because he was dead. He died. A cop shot him while he was unarmed. So, these are the things that I think about as we go into a possible Democratic Senate, a possible Democratic House. Mm-hmm. As I watch Joy talk about them leading DeKalb County has the largest outstanding vote left, and we just had the chairman of the Democratic Party basically say, fuck neoliberals, right? But I think about this because it can't happen like it happened with Barack before, where there was a Democratic House and Senate, and then nothing happened for black folks. Because if they don't do it this time, see, okay, my white progressive brothers and sisters, I love y'all, but y'all don't even understand the tipping point that black folks are on right now. We got old church ladies who will vote for Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden in a heartbeat actually saying, y'all better do something or we ain't coming back no more. Mm-hmm. That's happening right now.
The mother of the church.
The mother of the church is starting to say, okay, we done gave the black guy a chance, and Biden ain't going to get the Barack Obama pass. He's an old white man that created the crime bill. Mm. So we are at a precipice in my opinion, and I do want Ossoff and Warnock to win, and I do want let me tell y'all something. I'm as progressive as you could possibly get. I was Bernie's first black guy. I'm very progressive, but I do want him to do well. I hope Biden does well, and doing well means taking his power and not just trying to make sure that neoliberals are running government and create 1990s policies that only help Wall Street and destroys poor people. Now, is that going to happen? We honestly all have no earthly idea if that's going to happen or not. Some signs say yes. Some signs say a lot more signs say hell no. But what I'm thinking right now is we got to get these 2 seats.
Yeah.
We gotta keep Congress, and we will never lose Congress if we actually put out policies that help people. I don't want to argue with y'all about $2,000, bitch. Y'all give billions of dollars to the military-industrial complex, and half of that would create a UBI for America. What are we talking about here? So how do we fix this? Well, as of tomorrow, Marcus begins the process of holding folks accountable. I've been quiet. I let people ride. I let people get elected. I actually help people get elected that I normally won't help because I don't like helping out neoliberals, but I helped them get elected. I did. People call me all kinds of names. Oh, you want to be on CNN? You want to be on MSNBC? No, I just want to be free, nigga.
Let me give you a quick update. Raphael Warnock is officially in the lead now. He is up 50.4%, 2.1 million. I said 50.4. I don't know if I said 54, but it's 50.4. And Kelly Loeffler is at 49.6. So it is still extremely close, but we're at 95% reporting. And like we said, it looks like it's going to keep going in that direction. I think they're going to pull it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now I'm seeing Purdue 50.1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Marcus. I just want to give that update because
it's a good update. I mean, I'm kind of, you know what? The one good thing about Kelly Loeffler that happened this cycle was I am proud to be a radical.
Yeah,
she made me proud to be.
Y'all want to see what's great? You want to see what's great because you just said it, Marcus. They use look. This is progress. It's slow progress, but it's progress. They could not beat Warnock, even though he said "goddamn America." They destroyed Jeremiah Wright back in 2008 because he said "goddamn America." And now look at what Warnock gets to do. Warnock gets to go into the U.S. Senate and say "goddamn America." I'm sorry, that's progress.
Well, let's talk about, well, that's Wall Street. Let me tell you why. That's Wall Street. Because of the uprisings, for the first time in history, you saw Black Lives Matter on NFL jerseys and NBA courts. Right? That's as corporate as you can get, because each team has individual contracts with companies to advertise in each city. Darren will tell you that.
Yep.
You have Wall Street, if Black Lives Matter, and I'm not talking about Black Lives Matter as an organization, I'm talking about Black Lives Matter as people who are going to the streets who don't even know how to sign up for Black Lives Matter and said Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter does not, they were going to burn America down to the point where to the point where young black men who play for the Milwaukee Bucks were about to sit out an NBA playoff game. And it took Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
It took Michael Jordan and Barack Obama to stop these young black men from saying, you know what, fuck your NBA playoffs. Right?
They actually did postpone the game, but
right.
Point,
and what I'm saying is, of course it's changed. You have major banks in America, the ones that have been not giving black folks home loans or giving them bad home loans, but not giving them business loans. Like Chase Manhattan Bank gave out somewhere close to 100,000 loans to white people in the city of Chicago for their every one black person for businesses. That happened. And they are all afraid that the wrath is going to come to them. The awesome part about cancel culture is when it's righteously canceled. I don't like the BS canceling. I like righteous canceling. And when black people cancel you, everybody know about it, bro.
Everybody.
You can't get away. Hey, I again, and folks, I know a lot of people in the audience are trying to let us know that there are outlets who have called it for Raphael Warnock. I am seeing that, but again, I'm going to stick with the Associated Press just because, not because they're the end all to be all, but I got a good source, a reliable source. So when they call it, we're going to call it, and they might have called it while I was talking. Anybody else want to jump in there? Because in a minute, if they don't call it soon, I'm going to call it and go to bed.
Well, I do want to say this because look, man, Marcus preached well about the NBA and the NFL, but shout out to the professional athletes. Obviously, the WNBA, the women, especially from the Atlanta Dream Team down there, they took a stand against their own owner. Even at the behest of them, going out supporting Raphael Warnock, letting people know in the primaries, support this is the candidate we want to knock off our owner. And so shout out to them. Obviously, LeBron James, of course, he goes way back to Trayvon Martin days and stuff like that. But the fact that these athletes, because of LeBron and others, weren't afraid to speak up, and to the NFL, to their credit, here in Kansas City, 3 years ago, Marcus Peters, was one of those athletes that supported Colin Kaepernick, took a knee. Fans booed him or whatever. Kansas City got rid of him at the end of the season. Now you got Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and all these players talking about Black Lives Matter. Now, a lot of times they don't like to talk about it unless I bring it up. But the fact that you can get them on the record and let them know, do you support Black Lives Matter? Yes, I do. And then you go and read the comments in the Chiefs section. Why are you talking about that kind of stuff? Yeah. Oh God, they're losing their mind. But the fact that I do want to give a special shout out to the athletes because they finally utilized their voice in a manner that had repercussions. So, and I will say this, because I do know that that at times you all are hard on Barack Obama, and deservedly so. But deservedly so.
Are we?
But here's the thing. In 2008, we had new voters because he was on the ballot, and with his campaign and stuff, getting people registered to vote. And I will say this, because of Obama and obviously the obstruction that the Republicans were doing, a lot of people got more involved and got more knowledgeable about how the political system works. And so because of that, we saw what happened. If you put the wrong person as a nominee in office and then you end up with someone like Donald Trump, to now we saw the 4 years of foolishness that he put out there. We saw what happened with Stacey Abrams. She utilized that loss to channel her anger to do what? Not run for the Senate, not run for president, but to get more people registered to vote because she saw what the Republicans did to her in 2018. And so for people like you, Marcus, obviously Mondale, for what you all did down there in Georgia, because people talk about the ground game. Look, they talk about it here in Missouri all the time, but Missouri turned red. I think Obama's first cycle. It turned red for good then. But what you all did down in Georgia cannot be underestimated, cannot be marginalized for what you all have done. Because, yeah, I know we're talking about, how they're bringing white consultants onto these channels, and not John Jackson, stuff like that. I really hope that the people who are watching this, that are in the chat, understand just how valuable and how important the work you all put in there. And for me, being in Kansas City, I want to make sure that I acknowledge what you all did.
Oh man,
thank you, man.
We appreciate that. Yeah, no, that means a lot because they and then again, I want to make sure that we do it properly, because my contribution is fun stuff. I get to get on camera. I get to do commercials. I get to do the glamorous stuff. I was at a video shoot last night. I mean, it was amazing. Like it was fun. There are people who are doing actual factual work in the cold of winter, and they don't make no money doing this. I mean, they get enough money to just spend their day doing it, right? They're not full-time political consultants. They just getting a little check to go door to 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 every damn door in this state nearly. So shout out to those people who don't get the glamorous, they don't get in the videos, they don't get into the commercials, but y'all are the ones who literally did the work, and we appreciate you all.
That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, while we got everybody here, do me a favor. Like Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap on Patreon. Go to Twitter and like us at C Thirst Trap on Twitter. We are Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap on Instagram. We will start adding more stuff to our page very soon. Yeah. And we are Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap on Facebook. Please like and share our posts and follow us. What we
run
do
that,
is
I don't mean to cut you off. Run that Patreon again.
Oh yeah, Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap on Patreon. And we don't mind your super chats. And also, our thing is squirrels. We'll talk about that later on. But squirrel gang. Be a part of the Squirrel Gang and join our Patreon account. We do appreciate y'all. We are live out of Atlanta, Georgia, pretty much, even though all of us have been on the road doing this show. And it's important, and I think our show started this year, and it's important that our show, it's the irony of it, last year. And our show started last year because it's 2021. And the irony of it is our show started during a pandemic and in the state of Georgia.
Yeah. Right on the fault lines.
Yeah, so we're on the fault lines of everything that is happening, and we try to keep our posts to our ear to the ground and our posts within the community, and that's what we do. And we're talking about progressive politics from a black angle and a black lens, because we believe here at Clickbaity Thirst Trap, Political Thirst Trap, that politics.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Politics are surrounded we center our politics in blackness. Once we fix that, we fix America.
That's it.
Go ahead.
That's it. Well, no, I want to give everybody a chance to get last word in here, because they're not going. It doesn't look like anybody's going to officially call it yet. The AP hasn't officially called it, but I think when we wake up in the morning, Raphael Warnock for sure is going to win. This is the last thing I want to say. I'm going to play the commercial, Stand Up Georgia, as we go out of here. But the last thing I want to say is and Marcus, you go appreciate this. If Raphael Warnock wins and John Ossoff does not, we're going to have a conversation about Maya Diller Smith.
Absolutely. Because and I'm looking at it. Maya was the counties that went red. Maya performed in a lot of those counties at a much, much, much higher rate than John Ossoff.
So everybody get the last word. DJ Exclusive, what you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Man, thank y'all for watching, tuning in for this special session. We greatly appreciate all the love and everything else. Good night, Mama. She said good night in the chat.
Mama.
I appreciate it. All right. Darren, thank you for joining us tonight, sir. We greatly appreciate the love all the time. Marcus, Ben. Love y'all, fellas, man. Thank you so much, y'all. Trap Squad, everybody in the gang. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
Hey, Darren, get the last word there, everybody.
Hold on real quick. I have to do this before you go, Darren. Shout out to Chuck Diesel for becoming our moderator. I want to give you a public shout out. Shout out to you for keeping them trolls away from us. You have been working them keys tonight. My dog, you've been taking them out. I appreciate you, bro.
Our sharpshooter, we got shooters out there. Come in our chat room acting stupid. See, I've grown up a whole lot. I used to deal with trolls. I ain't got time for trolls now. We got shooters in the audience. Darren, get the last word there.
Yeah, look, man. Again, once again, thank you, Ben and Marcus, and you all for having me on and letting me come into the political thirst trap tonight. It was an honor and a pleasure. Hopefully, it won't be the last time because Marcus knows I can do this all day, every day, just like sports. So
all day, every
definitely, day. Definitely looking forward to what we're going to do in the near future on the Ben Dixon channel. And look, man, I mean. Look, like I said, I am unapologetically black. I come from the black liberation theology at my church. So if it don't help black people, I can't rock with you. So at the end of the day, like trust me when I tell you, because somebody asked me in the chat thing about if the NFL players believe in Medicare for all. Most of them don't delve into politics. Black Lives Matter is far enough for a lot of them. What I will say is this: is that what you see or how you see me on this is how I am on the Chiefs Zoom calls and on the radio and stuff like that. So trust me when I tell you that I hold folk accountable, and because of that, they kind of want to blackball me after the season. But we'll see what happens as it relates to that. But I'm very. But I don't apologize for speaking up or defending black people and black folk because I'll do it all day, every day. And, I don't, like you all said, look, yes, I'm trying to get on ESPN or Fox or FS1 or whatever or NFL Network. But you know what? If I don't, it's God's will. So, I'm fine either way.
I love that. Marcus, what you got, man?
Free Wody.
Free Wody. Hey man, we got some good things coming. We got some great things coming up in the future, bro. We appreciate every single one of you for being here. I'm gonna close out with this song. Yes, it is kind of because I'm closing out. I wrote the song. I didn't produce it because I can't produce. I used to think I could produce. I used to suck at production, but I hummed it. I called on the phone. I was like, stand up, and they did this. So I would have closed it with this. Georgia, y'all did your thing. Win, lose, or draw, you stood up, and we appreciate you.
I'm a resident of Georgia.
I'm a resident of Georgia. I'm a resident of Georgia.
I am a resident of Georgia.
A resident of Georgia.
I am standing up to vote
in a special election on January 5th.
January 5th. January 5th.
January 5th.
Because I'm passionate about voting and to make sure that everybody knows that every vote counts.
Because I feel that Georgia needs a voice. More leaders in our city.
To shape our present and enhance our future.
I'm standing up to oppose bigotry,
racism,
income inequality, greed,
corruption,
for healthcare for all.
Stand up for the future of Georgia.
Stand up for the future of Georgia.
Like an old sweet song keeps Georgia on that. I can't wait.
And I'm standing up to fight for the people of Georgia.
Stand up. Stand up for the people of Georgia.
I am standing up for the people of Georgia.
For Georgian farmers.
And I'm standing up.
And I'm standing to fight for the people of Georgia.
Stand up and vote January 5th in this special election.